Hello and welcome back to Leeds Lately for the live watch-along, or the live destruction of Leeds United by Manchester City. I'm, to be honest, not even that worried about it, because you just kind of know, don't you, that we're going to get absolutely ran through. So let's see how it goes. I mean, it's not a positive intro from me, but I just cannot see us doing anything in this situation. Welcome to everybody who is with us already. Welcome to all of our Leeds Lately members. Welcome to Karen Curtin. Welcome to Sujal. Welcome to Chewy as well. Although, to be fair, I might have said Chewy first, not sure. Welcome to everybody who's joining us who's a non-member as well. This is going to be a very, very difficult game of football for Leeds United, and one I don't think we are going to particularly be able to do anything in. It should be like a training exercise for us. What's the worst that could happen in a Premier League game? And hopefully, having said all of this negative stuff, Leeds will pull something out of the bag and surprise me. But today is one of the days where I'm really not expecting anything to be pulled out of the bag to surprise me. Let's start a super chat goal. Let's set one for 2 hours, and let's say here we go. We've started the super chat goal. Hey, thank you, Chewy. Chewy has put a £5 super chat in. Thank you so much. For luck. And then a lot of laughing, which I echo the sentiment, which is what I've just put as the super chat goal, is essentially you'll make me feel better. So thanks, Chewy. You've already slightly lifted my mood as we head into the opening 10 minutes before we start the game here. Thank you so much for that, Chewy. And remember, everybody, if somebody leaves a super chat, make sure you like that as well. Thank you. I don't thank you very often for being members, but thank you to all of those of you who are members and who do stick around every month on the membership program. Thank you so much for that. I really, really appreciate it. And of course, thank you to all of our non-members as well for subscribing and stuff. It was a 1 month sponsorship, Trev. So it was for 3 streams. Yeah, it was only for October. Welcome, everybody who's joining us now. You can see the Manchester City lineup on the screen. Looks like to be a bit of a 4-2-3-1 for them. Donnarumma in net. Then you've got Mateus Nunes at right back. Diaz and Gvardiol make up the centre-back partnership with O'Reilly at left back. Then you've got in the midfield Nico Gonzalez and Bernardo Silva. Then Tierney Reinders in behind Phil Foden, Jeremy Doku and Erling Haaland. So that is the way that Manchester City line up. Of course, ridiculously talented squad of players worth a ridiculous amount of money. So Cletus is saying City to win 4-0. Yeah, I would back that. Yeah, over to the Etihad to play this game. This is going to be upsetting. I was there. I think the last time we played Man City away, I was there. I was with my dad up in the gods in the away end, and we lost. Was that when we lost 7-0? I don't think we scored. I think we lost 7-0. Yeah, I think we lost 7-0 and were a little bit sad about it. Thank you so much, Sajal, for the super chat. Here you go, Max. Have another super chat. Thank you so much for that, Sajal. Really, really appreciate that. That will go towards making me feel a bit better after we are demolished 7-0. Do you know what? The last time we played here, let's take a positive here. Let's take a positive here, right? I'm going to say here, last time Leeds played Man City at the Etihad, like I said a second ago, I was there and we lost 7-0. What I'm going to say now is going to make some of you go, no, don't say that. But basically, it can't be as bad as that. It can't be as bad as 7-0. Thank you, White Swan, for the super chat as well towards drowning your sorrows. Keep the faith. Manchester City are up in third at the moment. It's just showing the league table. 22 points, 1 point behind Chelsea, 7 points behind Arsenal. And of course, Leeds are down in 18th with 11 points from 12 games, 7 losses, 3 wins, 2 draws, minus 11 goal difference. So if we win today, we will climb the table just a wee bit. But thank you, White Swan, for the $4.99 super chat. I really, really appreciate that. Make sure everybody goes and likes the super chats that come in as well, because I really, really do appreciate them. They make these streams more viable as a source of income. So it really, really does help me out. Thank you so much. Hopefully not tempting fate. It can't be as bad as 7-0, can it? It doesn't happen very often. Let's be solid. Take a 4-0 loss. Yeah, that's it as well, Shelley. The goal difference as well. I think we're on minus... Yeah, because we conceded 22 and we've scored 11, so we're on minus 11 for our goal difference at the moment. We could easily go up to minus 15 or minus 16 in this game. Easily. Yeah, look, I did a tactical preview, obviously, because I do every week. And it's like I said last week on the live stream, it's not necessarily about saying, oh, this is how Leeds can naturally beat Manchester City or whatever. It's more about saying, this is how Manchester City look this season. This is the tactics that they employ. Because I know, like me, most of us only ever really watch Leeds. We don't go and watch random Premier League games. Some of us do, obviously, but for those of you who don't, and I don't really, it gives me a chance to research our opponent, have a little bit of a look into them, and then show you how they play, how they've been setting up this season, what the lineup's likely to be, etc., etc. But in that, I did say that it's so important that when people like Nico Gonzalez, Bernardo Silva, Phil Foden are in and around the edge of the box, waiting to play passes in behind to their strikers and stuff, it's so important that we get out to them quickly and close them down, whether that's a midfielder or a fullback. You've got to get out to them and close them down, because we saw against Brighton when we sat off and we just let them have time to pass the ball forward, we got punished. And I do think that, of course, Manchester City are a lot better than Brighton, so therefore, if you are sitting off somebody like Bernardo Silva, who's world class, or has been in the past certainly, and has that ability to just thread a pass through the lines and kill you with one pass, you've got to get out to them. You've got to get out to them. Thank you, CB, for the super chat. Really, really appreciate that. I'm optimistic. Only 3-0 to Manchester City. Absolutely, yeah. Look, I can't imagine us. If we can get anything out of this game, a point, even just to lose 2-1 or something, it would be magnificent. It really would be. For them to get an early red card or something like that, something would massively, massively help us out, wouldn't it? Just something to fall our way. Thanks, CB. Yeah, look, Sunderland beat Chelsea, and Chelsea are up in second place, so there's always a chance, but it's a very, very slim chance, in my opinion, in this case. But yeah, thank you so much for the super chats, guys. Really, really appreciate those. players are heading out onto the pitch now. And of course, now we've got 40 people in here. That is the Manchester City lineup. Make sure as well, if you haven't already, you hit that sub button. You have to be in the as a subscriber for at least 5 minutes, and then you can send a chat. So if you want to chat today, make sure you subscribe now. And also, before we do the teams, as they're just kind of lining up on the pitch now, if you want to get a Christmas gift for somebody, go to the link in the description to my Etsy store. There is loads of Leeds United artwork there, prints for for your wall, for your garage, for your man cave, for your hallway, for your bedroom, for friends and family, whoever's a Leeds fan. Go and check that out in the description down below and use code Christmas25 for 15% off, and that sale will be running all the way up till Christmas as well. And it really helps me out because, yeah, this and doing graphic design and stuff is my full-time source of income now. So that sort of thing massively helps me out. And if I can actually provide a product back to you, then of course that helps, rather than you just might not want to send a super chat. But if you actually get something for your money, then that might be another option for you to contribute to the channel. Anyway, Manchester City lineup, we've talked about that. This then is the Leeds United lineup. Here is the Leeds United lineup then. Actually, no, before we go into that, we've just shown you Man City lineup. We'll tell you the Man City bench first, and then we'll go through the Leeds United lineup. So Manchester City's bench is James Trafford, John Stones, Nathan Ake, Omar Marmoush, Ryan Cherki, Ryan Ait-Nouri, Savinho, and that was too fast. How can anybody read that fast? I think Kusanov was there as well. But this is the Leeds United team. Lucas Perry in goal, Bogle, Rodon, Strauch, and James Justin comes in for Gabriel Goodmanson. Ampadu, oh, I think we're back. Are we back? Somebody let me know if we're back, because we definitely lost. We definitely lost it for a second then. Are we back? We're back. Anyway, so the Leeds lineup then is Perry in goal, Bogle, Rodon, Strauch, and James Justin comes in for Gabriel Goodmanson. Then you've got Ampadu and Tanaka in the midfield unchanged, but Gruev actually comes in for Longstaff. Then Dan James, Nonto, and Lucas Mecha make up the front three. Okafor drops off to the bench. Let me go and have a look at the rest of the bench for you, because it froze on the stream as well whilst that happened. So the bench for Leeds United is Melier, Byram, Goodmanson, Biol, Harrison, Aronson, Okafor, Piru, and Calvert-Lewin. So that is the lineup for Leeds United, and we are just about to get underway. Here we are underway here as Donnarumma kicks the ball forward. Darlow must be injured. Yeah, I thought that as soon as I read out Melier's name on the bench. That's a foul there from Lucas Mecha on O'Reilly, I think it was. No, sorry, Gvardiol it was. And that is going to be a free kick to Manchester City about 20 seconds in here, just inside the Leeds half. They get it going quickly again. Here is Ruben Dias. I have got the heating on, but it's still cold. 1 second, I'm just adjusting the... just had to adjust the fan that's on my camera so it doesn't overheat. I don't know if you guys remember. Some of you will remember when I first got this camera. It was a long switch of play. It used to overheat, basically, and when you get to the second half, it would start overheating. Here's Bernardo Silva threading a ball through already. Here's Mateus Nunes, 1-0. Honestly, a minute in, it's 1-0. Let's see how many goals we can concede in this game, eh? New challenge. One 0 Do you know what I was saying before kickoff? Yeah, about us going out and closing down players on the edge of the box because of dangerous passes into the box. You know what I said about that? Yeah. Okay, yeah, that's happened instantly. So a diagonal switch from Guardiola out wide to Reinders. Reinders plays it inside to Bernardo Silva. Nobody closes Bernardo Silva down. Ball straight back across into the box for Bernardo Silva. Plays it into Nunez. Nunez, Foden unmarked. Good finish, 1-0. Look, like, that's unforgivable because that's not Manchester City having to be really good. That's Leeds not doing their jobs properly. That's Leeds not closing people down. You've got to get out to Bernardo Silva because he can thread a pass through you all day, every day. To be honest, I'm not annoyed about this. I'm not going to get annoyed about this because this is exactly what I expected. We knew it was going to be Sajal. 1 minute in, we're 1-0 down. If it wasn't already a difficult game, nearly swore then, a difficult game, then it is now. Here's Nonto into Ilya Gruev. Yeah, make sure you hit the like button, everyone. Make me feel a bit better. Or leave a super chat if you're so inclined. Yeah, there's no excuse for not coming out and marking him. Ampadu's just played a ball straight into touch. I mean, it's not James Justin's job to go and... it's not necessarily James Justin's job, right, to go and press Bernardo Silva because he's got... Mateus Nunez is making the run. But it does make you laugh, doesn't it, that the sub that he's made from the starting lineup, Goodmanson for Justin, and it's instantly a goal has come down that side. Look, I've been a big defender of Daniel Farke for quite a long time now. Ball from Ampadu towards Nonto, cleared away. Here's Doku. This is what I talked about as well. Look, Doku's just picked up the ball in the middle of the pitch there, and then nearly through here. Here's Gianni Reinders. Reinders goes past Bogle, drops it back off with Doku. Doku to O'Reilly. Here's Nico Gonzalez. Now Reinders. Looking for a pass again. This time Gruev's out a little bit faster. Doku. Sorry, did I? Oh, yeah, sorry, I was saying, I've been a big defender of Daniel Farke, and I think initially the way that we set up in the Premier League in a 4-3-3, dropped an extra player in midfield, it was very sensible, very pragmatic to drop an extra midfielder in so we don't get outnumbered in games. And yes, there's an argument that he hasn't had the players. He hasn't had the players to be able to do what he wanted to do. Yes, there is that argument. However, like, I don't know if it's on the players or it's on him, but if a new manager comes in, best believe they are charging out to that ball as fast as possible to try to close them down. And they would have done in all the previous games as well. I don't understand why they're not doing it for Farke. Surely to God, Farke is not telling them to not do that. You've got to put a bit of pressure on the ball. Goodmanson has been our best player. Goodmanson has been our best player this season. He's, for me, I don't know if the stats bear out, but it feels like he's created the most chances. The way he drives the ball forward is really good for us. Really makes a difference in getting us out from the back. His close control's good. Aerially, he's been good at defending things. Goodmanson, for me, has been one of our best players. And he only cost £7 million. Here's Doku. Slides a ball through towards Haaland, but away there by Strauch. James Justin. I'll have to see it back again, White Swan. I saw the replay a couple of times, but I was more watching the fact that we didn't go out. I didn't really think about whose man it should have been. But yeah, you're probably right. It should have been Nonto. is Tanaka. Here's Perry. Ball to Rodon. See, I had a thought that... Oh, they're nearly through again there. I had a thought that perhaps Bijol had been dropped because he'd been on international duty and played an extra game than what Strauch had. So I thought, oh, maybe Strauch's come in for the Villa game and Bijol will come back in, but he's kept Bijol out. And I don't really know what... There's not that much difference between the two of them, other than Strauch's a natural left footer. Yeah, but I don't... Yeah, I see what you're saying, Chewy, but then I also think that Nonto's not a great defensive asset. Dan James is, but Nonto's not. Dan James is always tracking back. Ampadu plays that one backwards to Rodon now. Here's Gruev. Here's Dan James. Potentially offside here, but gets across the box. Oh, it's just behind Nonto. You've got to take advantage of those chances. Here's Ampadu. Now Tanaka. Bogle fouled there from behind, and that's going to be a free kick to Leeds. See, I don't know where you're getting that from, Clive. We haven't got enough data to suggest that Strauch is better than Bijol. They're very similar for me. You've got to be ruthless in the Premier League, haven't you? And we started okay, but since then, it's not getting any better, is it? There's no changes that you can see happening. It doesn't feel like it's going to turn around anytime soon. So if they can get somebody in who's actually decent, then now might be the time. But you know the Leeds ownership, they take too long to make these decisions. Tanaka with a good ball into the box from that free kick. It's bobbling around in the box. Here's Rodon. Now Nonto. Nonto's dropped that one off. Back to Bogle again. Bogle, little chipped ball out wide to Dan James. Hi, free falling. Hi, everyone. I have a few kind of stellars for this one. It's looking like I might need them. Thank you so much for the super chat there. Free falling. Really, really appreciate that. For some reason, the chat's not updated on YouTube, so I can't give it the heart thing yet. But make sure everybody goes and likes it. Here's Bernardo Silva. Back to O'Reilly. Oh, there we go. It's come up now. I think that's going to be a free kick there to Manchester City. Welcome. Welcome, Tim. Here is Mateus Nunes. Tackled Doku, though. Dan James did there in the midfield. Here's Bogle. Ball around the corner here for Mecha. It's a good tackle there by Josko Gvardiol. It really is. We might be in a different place now if we'd have signed Gvardiol, Haaland, all these players that we were linked with when they were in their early development. Ball out to the left-hand side here for Manchester City. Here's Doku. Gonzalez. Doku back again to Gvardiol. Now Phil Foden. Here's Mateus Nunes. He's an offside position there, so it's going to be a free kick to Leeds. Leeds with the ball back with Lucas Perry now. Thank you for the super chat, Mr. P. I really, really appreciate that one. Thank you so much. for a Leeds goal and a performance. Yeah, look, if we can get a goal back in the next 5 minutes or so, and then we can go back to our original game plan again, then we might be all right for a little bit longer. But yeah, let's see. Here's Tanaka. Ball over the top there for Dan James. Dan James, can he get there ahead of Donnarumma? No, he can't. Donnarumma's just going to play that one into touch, and it is going to be a offside against Leeds there. Dan James, Dan James would have never got to that ball anyway, but he's quick enough to stay on side and still get to balls like that if they're a bit weighted a bit better. Ooh, Foden's just been fouled there. A bit too eager, Gruev, I think it was. And it's going to be a free kick to Manchester City. Just about 10 yards outside of their own box here. Here's Diaz. Now Nico Gonzalez. Bernardo Silva. Looking for a pass here. In the end, has to go backwards because of the press of Gruev. You can see we're playing in a bit of a mid-block here. When the ball goes wide to one of the wide centre halves, or people who are kind of in those positions, that's when Leeds tend to throw a player to press. But it seems to be Tanaka is one of the players who comes out of the midfield and presses in that situation. Here's Gvardiol. Now O'Reilly. Back again to Gvardiol. Look at what I was saying, by the way, in the tactical build-up and in tactical preview I was saying, you can see that Doku and Foden, who are the two wide men, are actually in the build-up here, both in the centre circle. The idea being that if they tuck inside, the full-backs can go outside, as Nico O'Reilly has... not Nico O'Reilly. As O'Reilly has done here to get the ball. Allowing some rotations as well when the wingers do go outside to try and join them and create overloads. Here's Nico Gonzalez. Now Nunez. Now Doku on the edge of the box. Tackled by Tanaka there, or intercepted at least. Here's Mecha. Under a lot of pressure here. Now Nonto. That's going to be a free kick against Leeds there from Nonto. Nonto tried to hold it up and then did a little bit of a kick out, really, when the ball was taken away from him. So free kick to Manchester City here. Yeah, could have been a yellow card, really, that from Nonto. He did kick out. It was nothing horrendous, nothing like a red card, but... I don't know why Foden needs a tattoo of the number 47 on his neck when he's got it on the back of his shirt. Ball into the box there from Reinders, headed away by Bogle. Or James Justin, actually, that was, and then... As Mecha tried to clear it, he took a whack there from O'Reilly, and it's going to be a free kick to Leeds on the edge of our own box. I wonder if Mecha's doing Movember. Tell you what, though, it's a really good finish by Foden, the first goal. Here's Foden. Now Doku out on the left. Plays a ball forward there. Really good run by Phil Foden, but it dribbles all the way through to Perry in the end. Here's James Justin trying to play a long ball forward towards Dan James there. It's a good ball. Dan James has got goal side of O'Reilly here. And then eventually Dan James complains that he's been fouled, but apparently not, and he's just fallen to the ground for no reason. Just play the ball back to Bogle there instead. It's not worth risking it. Here's James Justin. Just poor pass to Nonto there. Nunez. Back to Diaz, who plays it all the way back to Gigi Donnarumma. Happy for you to let me know the scores around the grounds, by the way. However, please do not tell me if a goal goes in this game before I have reacted to it, because I won't have seen it, and it'll spoil it for me. Although, in this game, there might not be much to spoil, because it seems like goals will only be coming from one direction. See, other than conceding 1 minute in, we haven't really given too much up. We haven't really given too much away. So that's why it becomes even more frustrating that we conceded 1 minute in. Doku looking to shape to cross there, and he does cross eventually. Haaland goes for a header there, but Strout gets on the end of it. Just seeing replays here, not actually able to see what's going on, which is not helpful when you're trying to commentate on the game. Here's Gonzalez. In the second half, Dewey, yeah. Here's Gonzalez. Now Ruben Dias. Back to Gonzalez again. Reinders out wide here to Doku. Doku's gone past James and now played in O'Reilly. Ball across. Foden. Really good block by James Justin. And then the shot by O'Reilly is deflected over the bar. That was a really good block there. But again, Doku cuts inside and instantly they're just through on goal. Really good block there by James Justin. Oh, I've just noticed that Bogle is down as number 24 when he should be down as number 2. There we go, sorted that. Corner now for Manchester City. Foden's deep cross there, hit over the bar by Gvardiol in the end at the back post on the volley. Thanks, Karen. Long ball forward by Perry. Here's Gvardiol. Haaland holding the ball up here. Now Doku. They try and come out the other way this time. Here's Bernardo Silva. Back to Ruben Dias, who puts a deep ball into the box. It's gone over everyone and Bogle can try and clear it, although he hasn't. It's gone straight to Reinders here. Reinders, now Doku. Doku opening up. Maybe a chance here for him to shoot, but no. His pass in the end is cut out. But the ball bounces back again to them. Here's Bernardo Silva. Ball down the line here for Doku. Doku crosses it back in towards Haaland, who heads it back to Diaz, who's spooned it wide. Leeds goal kick here. There is Alfie Haaland up in the stands. Strauch wins that header, even though he had a Erling Haaland hand in his throat. Is Doku. Ball down the line here towards O'Reilly, who's made another run forward. Tries to cut it back across, but Rodon is there to cut that off. Long ball forward towards Mecha here is just going to be a +1 and eventually going to go all the way back to Donnarumma. Here is Gvardiol. Now Bernardo Silva. Now Gvardiol. Nunez. Good touch from him out on the right wing. Trying to go past Nonto. Good tackle by Nonto, but it is going to be a corner, I think, to City here. Let's hope what Mr. P's just said doesn't come true here. Ball into the box here. Foden, great save by Perry. Good save by Perry there as the ball came back out to the corner sake of Foden and he struck one towards goal. It wasn't the last time because that was under Bielsa, that 7-0 against City. So it was actually a couple of times ago now that I think of it that I was there for. Good save by Perry there, but another corner here. 2-0 to Manchester City from a corner there. Makes a really good save and then just fluffs his lines and pushes it straight back into the crowd of Man City players. I think he thinks he was fouled. VAR will probably review it, but Josko Gvardiol with the goal. So the cross comes in. Bernardo Silva. I think Bernardo Silva's fouled the goalkeeper there. I think Bernardo Silva might have impeded the goalkeeper then. Because he had to go around. Well, value-added tax will review it. He had to go around Bernardo Silva to be able to get to the ball, and that slowed him down just enough so that he couldn't get to it to punch it. I don't think that's fair at all. He's impeding him. It's not offside either. It's impeding the goalkeeper. They're reviewing it for offside apparently, but Bernardo Silva backs into the goalkeeper, bounces off him to stop him. Then Perry has to go around Bernardo Silva and then go to try and punch the ball. So it's nothing to do with an offside. It's more to do with the fact that he's impeding the goalkeeper. Surely. Oh, it's bloody Meathead from last week's game in the VAR suite. Footballers have gone to weird new heights of ripping things now. You know how they rip the back of their socks because apparently it improves circulation, or some bollocks that they make up, some superstitious bollocks that they make up. Gvardiol's just like lifted his shirt up to wipe his face. His Under Armour, like his base layer, is ripped in like 5 different places to the point where one of his nipples is just poking out. Like, what was the point of having a base layer on then? I don't know what Bernardo Silva keeps coming over and having a go at everyone here. God, this is a long review. 3 minutes already it's been. Surely if they were going to if they weren't going to overrule it, it would have been a quicker decision than this. Oh, it's been given. It's been given. Honestly, it's difficult enough. It's difficult enough for Leeds United to come away to Manchester City without decisions like that. Manchester City don't need decisions like that to be able to beat us. That is complete and utter impediment of the goalkeeper trying to stop him being able to get to the ball. They don't need somebody to cheat for them. They're that good that they can beat us regardless. So it just pisses you off when you've already got a mountain to climb and they do things like that to you. Because that's just blatant cheating. Anyone could see from a 2-second look at that was a foul on the goalkeeper. They're brand new for every game, Michael, which it is such a waste of resources and material and I mean, can you imagine how many Premier League shirts, and they're full of plastic, aren't they? Football shirts. It was me, Ed, from last week that was crap refereeing for us against Villa. Here's Perry. Ball straight into touch there from Leeds. We look like we've given up. He's Donnarumma. Over to Ruben Dias now. Ruben Dias bringing the ball forward. Here's Foden. Tackled by Gruev there, and then Gruev tackles Mateus Nunes. Done well there, Gruev. Lose Lucas Perry. Yeah, make sure you hit the like button, everyone. Yeah, big 6 bias, isn't there? Thanks for the update, Karen. Gruev. Ampadu. Gruev again, going for headers. James Justin. Now Rodon. Bogle. Wouldn't it just be nice to be an established Premier League team? Just a mid-table team. Dan James is nearly in behind Gvardiol here, but Gvardiol's so good, he just gets it off him. But here's Nonto. Now Mecha. Mecha spoons it into Rosed with his weak foot. Yeah, the way it bounced just slowed Dan James down there. Nonto gives it to Mecha. Yeah, he tries to go with his left foot, Mecha there, and it's just... It looks like his left foot is for standing on Mecha. I mean, this is essentially our championship team. James Justin's a top-end championship footballer. So this is essentially our championship team with Mecha in it. That is it. Tell you who is a robot. Erling Haaland. Is Ruben Diaz. Now Bernardo Silva. Silva again here. Now Reinders. Great little shimmy there to get past Tanaka. But then Tanaka gets it back. But then they lose it again, but then Tanaka wins it back again. If we go down, someone's definitely taking Tanaka off us, by the way. James Justin tried to just spray a crossfield ball, but it was absolutely shocking, and it's gone all the way through to Donnarumma. Little chipped ball forward there to O'Reilly. Yeah, I think he is called Nico O'Reilly, so I was right before. Doku. Reinders. Now Gonzalez. Doku again. Down the line to O'Reilly. God knows, Robert. God knows. It's just... It's tough to watch. Nonto tackle Bernardo Silva there, but it's going to be another corner kick. Honestly, by the way, if Bernardo Silva does the same thing again to the goalkeeper here, impedes him, then they score, and then it's overruled, I'm going to lose my head. I'm going to absolutely lose my head. Everybody knows it's the consistency that's the issue of the refereeing. He's doing it again. He's doing it again, Bernardo Silva, pushing the goalkeeper away. They didn't score that time, but another ball into the box. Here's Gvardiol, dropped off here, shot over the bar. Reinders from the edge there. Would have been a really good finish there, but it just kills it wide. Diaz pulled down... well, that was an offside. I thought it was a foul by Diaz on Mecha. Excuse me, I need to sneeze. Sorry about that. Here's O'Reilly. Don't bless me. I don't want to be blessed. Here is Bernardo Silva. Now Gonzalez. Foden. O'Reilly. Now Ruben Diaz as he brings the ball forward into the Leeds half. Bernardo Silva, back to Diaz again, the Portugal teammate. Here's Mateus Nunes, another Portuguese teammate. Now O'Reilly. Doku's out wide, but turns to go back instead to Gvardiol. Here's Bernardo Silva. Here's Gvardiol. Leeds have actually got the ball back here. Here's Nonto, fouled instantly. Oh no, tackled but not a foul. And now it's been given as a foul. If you want to become a Leeds Lately member, hit that join button down below and all the details will be as follows. Yeah, a bit of a coming together by Nonto and Gonzalez there. Here's Goodmanson. Sorry, not Goodmanson. I was thinking about Goodmanson, but it's actually James Justin. Header away by Rodon. The thing about Okafor is that he, again, as well as Goodmanson, he's been one of our best players because they actually drive us up the pitch. He gets you forward and he takes on somebody. And as soon as he takes somebody on, that's whatever opposition you're playing, their kind of their press and their marking plan is out the window then, and they all have to readjust, which leaves gaps. So you have to have somebody like Okafor on the pitch if you've got him at your disposal. I don't think Nonto provides that. I was only calling for Nonto or Dan James when it was over Aronson. I think Okafor should have that position cemented on that left-hand side. Here's Reinders. Now Foden. No one closing him down. He's able to play a really good ball to Mateus Nunes. Away by Strauch, away by Gruev. And now Nonto into the feet of Tanaka. Now Ampadu charges forward here. Drops it back out wide to Nonto. Ball down the line here for Ampadu. He's made a run on the left wing up against his opposite number, Reinders. Now Nonto. Here is Gruev. Ampadu. Back across the road. This is a better period of possession for Leeds. Here's Jaden Bogle. Bogle towards Tanaka. Good idea, putting it through into the box, but that's picked up by Donnarumma in the end. Here's Haaland. Here's Reinders. Gvardiol with a long ball down the line towards O'Reilly. Can't keep it in though. It's going to be a Leeds throw-in. It was nothing to do with offside, though, was it? Why the goal should have been ruled out. So stop showing us the offside. Nothing to do with that is why it was ruled out. Why it should have been ruled out because he fouled the goalkeeper. Yeah, exactly, Sujel. Exactly. He's dropped Okafor, who we signed from AC Milan, who'd been on loan at Napoli. He's dropped Goodmanson, who'd been playing Championship football with Lille. He's dropped Jacobiol, who was one of the best defenders in the Serie A last season. Obviously, Longstaff's injured, but here's Doku. Now, Reinders. That's going to be a Leeds free kick. No, a Manchester City free kick. Clive, shut up. Sorry, but you just keep saying, every time I mention Be-All, you'll say Strouk's better than Be-All. I'm not sure that you understand. Strouk was playing championship football. Be-All was playing for his country and for Udinese in the Serie A. So, yes, there's a difference. Free kick then. Apparently, Perry has the second worst save ratio of any Premier League goalkeeper. It wouldn't really make much difference if we had Haaland playing for Leeds in this situation, Karen, because we can't bloody get the ball to our striker. Although that one chance that he had, that one chance that Mecha had with his left foot. Here's Reinders straight into the wall. Nonto trying to carry the ball forwards here, but he's got no options. That's a handball by Bernardo Silva, not given by the referee. I could honestly, that's the most obvious handball I've ever seen, and the referee's not giving it, and we're still playing, and Man City have the ball. Leeds win tackles and the ball just goes straight back. No one's switched on. Here's Doku in the box. Ball across to Haaland. Cleared by Strouk. Then Bernardo Silva. Shot blocked by James Justin. Here's Foden. Cross towards the box. Headed away. Another shot. Saved by Perry's feet there. He had to react last minute. Here's Reinders. Good block by Strouk. Yeah, ball got crossed in. Haaland tried to win it. It dropped back to Reinders. Blocked there again by Leeds. Honestly, we're just under so much pressure. I think Okafor's a good upgrade. That's going to be another corner. Stack as well in the midfield. There was a lot of different blocks. Not yet, Chewy. If we were playing him in December, I'd be calling him Christmas names, but Nonto's trying to keep Bernardo Silva off the goalkeeper this time. He's being held, the goalkeeper. What can he do? Here's Gvardiol. Now Foden. Chips back into the box. Leeds players went for a header, but it went over everyone. It's going to be a goal kick to Leeds. Three minutes added on. Foden wins that header somehow against Mecha. Ampadu heads that one back forwards again. Here's James Justin. Again, Bernardo Silva wins it off Nonto, clears it. James Justin back to Ampadu, and then Ampadu's just going to have to knock that one all the way back to Perry. Here's Rodon. Tanaka's just knocked that one straight out of play under pressure from behind. We look hopeless. It's not as bad as the Arsenal game, but I think Tanaka's being asked to go further forward a little bit as well in this game whenever Leeds do get the ball. I'm not sure he's entirely comfortable with it. Here's Bernardo Silva. Oh, you'd take a draw at this stage, would you, White Swan? Yeah, I bloody know. We're 2-0 down. Of course you'd take a draw. Short corner here from City. Here's Doku to the edge of the box here for Gonzalez. Now Doku again. Reinders back to Doku. Crossed into the box, headed. Oh, it looked like it was going in the top corner, but Perry just kind of patted it down and ran away with it. I think it might have hit him on the shoulder. That's why it looked like it had no power on it. Here's Mecha. Gruev. Now Tanaka. Back to Ampadu. How do they send so many people forward but then have so many people back as well? So that's half time. Right, I will be back in a second. I've just got to feed the cats and I'll be back very, very soon. Hello. I am back. So, Ryan asking how the first half was. Basically, don't ask Ryan because it was terrible and we lost 2-0 in the first half. And in the second half, it might be worse. I also don't think this is the sort of game that gets you sacked either. Because nobody expects you to win against Man City. So they'll be like, well, we're never going to win against Man City. Who have we got next? Oh! It's almost comical at this point. Man City, I didn't even know this. Man City, Chelsea, and then Liverpool in a row. Oh! And then we've got Brentford and Palace. Brentford, Palace and Sunderland. Then we've got Liverpool. Then we've got Man United. Jesus. Yeah. We might be screwed, guys. Yeah, there won't be any subs at half-time. Nothing's going to change. Chelsea, Liverpool. Then we've got 3 games with points available. Then it's bloody Liverpool and Man United. I'm not sure it will, though, Sajal. That's the thing. I think we're more looking. I think we're more looking at the 3 games after these 3 games. If we don't get any points from Palace, Brentford, and Sunderland, I think that's when you're looking at us sacking the manager. But I don't know. Like I said, I do think that I do think that we're gonna really struggle. When are our fixtures? So Wednesday the 3rd of December, Saturday the 6th of December. What day of the week is the 14th of December? That's a Friday night. th of December is a 20th of December is a Saturday. Then the 28th of December is a Sunday. 1st of Jan is a Thursday. 4th of Jan is a Sunday. Then the 7th of Jan. Yeah. We've got a packed fixture list, haven't we? Tell you what, I'd like to just get this over with. I was going to say if we could turn over one of the big boys, then it would be really good. But I just can't see it happening because we can't score goals. It's depressing being a Leeds fan, isn't it? Well, only 45 minutes of this hell to go, and then we don't have to worry until Wednesday. That means I'm going to need to do a tactical preview of the Chelsea game on Tuesday. And then a tactical preview of the Liverpool game on Thursday. At least it'll mean I can upload more videos. Yeah, I can't even imagine. Who's coming on in the 70th minute? Probably Aronson, just for us all to have a good laugh. Erling Haaland, goals 0, total shot 0, shots on target 0, touches 8, touches in opposition box 2. Well, I did a video, Gareth, on Marco Rose, who has been at clubs like RB Leipzig, and I think he was at Dortmund for a time as well. Yeah, he was. So he is one of the ones on the list. I did a video about him the other week. Let me have a little look. Yeah, that was 2 weeks ago. That one's got 6,900 views. It's mad how, like, I know, like, you're my kind of, everybody here is kind of my core audience who will just kind of watch no matter what. But it is mad, isn't it? It shows the mentality of the fan base that when I look at my channel, right, the last time that Leeds won a game, when we beat West Ham, my match reaction from that game had 600 views, right, which is a real low for this channel. But when I make a video like Leeds lose 2-1 to Aston Villa, Farke needs to go, match reaction. So a similar match reaction, same type of video, match reaction, but because it says that Farke needs to go, 3.4k views. And Leeds United to sack Farke and hire Marco Rose, tactics explained, nearly 7,000 views as well. Oh, we're making half-time substitutes, by the way. I think Nonto and Dan James are both coming off. Jakubijol is coming on, and so is Calvert-Lewin. But I don't know who's come off and who's come on, essentially. I think it's Mecha and Calvert-Lewin at the top of the pitch. I can't be bothered shifting everybody around. It's going to take me too long to shift everybody around to do a 3 at the back, but what I can do is change the thing here to say 3-5-2, which is, I think, what we'll be doing. Yeah, back 3/back 5. 3-5-2 is the same as 5-3-2. Right, we're off. Here's Lucas Perry. Rodon heads that one back forward. Now Gruev. Bogle plays that one forward. Ball all the way back to Perry. I honestly think this is going to backfire, and it's going to... it's Biol, Strauch and Rodon, and I honestly think this is going to backfire and just put even more pressure on us because we've got now no pace. No pace whatsoever. We've taken both our wingers off. We've now got no pace whatsoever to go forward. Ball into the box for Haaland here. Haaland, good defending by Jakubijol in the end. Yeah, Biol just gets goal side of Haaland and stops him there. Probably Clive, but I mean, is it a defeatist mentality or is it a realist mentality that he's doing that? It used to be. I can barely even imagine how two strikers work together anymore, considering that it used to be a staple, didn't it, in English football, 4-4-2, but it's been so long since it was a popular thing to have two strikers that I don't know how this is going to work between these two. I feel like they're just going to get in each other's way. Gruev with a cross into the box. Donnarumma punches it away. Ampadu's shot is blocked. That was goal-bound then, and Donnarumma was nowhere to be seen. And that's a foul in the end by Leeds. Nearly scored then, Ampadu. I think he might have been going wide there from Ampadu's shot, to an open goal. Well, the thing is, Mr. P, you're seeing it too, Mr. P. The thing is, Sajal, about your comment there, I'll put it on the screen for people. The problem is, the thing is, what they should have done and what they have done essentially is put in place people who do know things like that. So that's why they hired your Nick Hammonds, your Greta Steinsons, your people within the club. They set up structures to basically go, there's not a single point of failure. It's not just going to be one bloke, i.e. Victor Orta, picking our managers, if you get what I mean. It's going to be a whole group of people who will have to decide things together and understand whether it's a good decision or not to bring somebody in. So they should have put the infrastructure in to decide who to hire, because Daniel Farke is a very good hire to get promoted back to the champion. Dominic Calvert-Lewin's nearly in there. Nearly 2-1! Calvert-Lewin scored! Calvert-Lewin scored. He's got so lucky. It's rolled around the corner and he's just slotted it in. I just wasn't expecting a goal. So let's see what happened here. Tanaka played the ball to Bogle. Bogle with a ball over the top, which went towards Nunez. Nunez didn't clear his lines, gave it to Gruev. Gruev to Tanaka. Tanaka into Calvert-Lewin, who looks like he's very close to being offside. And then Mateus Nunez gives him the ball back and he slots it in the bottom corner. But we don't know whether it'll get ruled out for offside. Yeah, I don't know what Mateus Nunez is doing. Yeah, it's 2-1. It's been given. Goal stands. Calvert-Lewin. Come on, Leeds! Knew we believed the whole time. Yeah, we've scored right at the start of the second half, so... And you know what as well? Their second goal shouldn't have stood, so should be 1-1. But now Rodon's charging out and making a good tackle. There's going to be a bit more oomph from the Leeds supporters. 3-5-2. Is the ball now with Mateus Nunes. Ball all the way back to Donnarumma here. Played the ball out wide to Gvardiol. Under a bit of pressure there, Gvardiol's let it go out for a throw-in. I'm sorry, but I've just realised something. Does anybody ever watch Skins or The Musketeers that was on BBC? Luke Pasqualino, right? Donnarumma really looks like Luke Pasqualino. He's an actor. He was also in Game of Thrones. Corner comes in from Leeds. Here's Foden. Now Bernardo Silva. Tanaka battling for it there. Gets it back. Now Gruev. Ampadu back to Biol. I tell you what, look, we are asking the question, can Farke change the way that a game is going? So far in the second half, granted, 7 minutes, Leeds are now getting more of the ball. We are seeing more attacking threat. You've got to get, when you're happy to criticise someone's decisions, you also have to be there to hold your hands up and praise when they do something good as well. And I think this has been a good change from what we've seen in the opening 7.5 minutes of this second half. But that doesn't mean that the criticism of the previous games wasn't valid. He didn't make subs when you could see that the game was going away. Here's Ampadu. Now Strauch. Justin. Did we say that Goodmanson was even on the bench, by the way? Biol with a good ball over the top towards Jayden Bogle here. Oh, it's taken away by Gvardiol, who plays it back here to Donnarumma, whose first time ball goes to Doku. Now Bernardo Silva. Yeah, Goodmanson is on the bench. Meslier, Byram, Goodmanson, Biol, who's come on, obviously. Harrison, Aronson, Okafor, Piru, and Calvert-Lewin, who's also come on. I'll keep that open. Reinders. Doku. Foden. Good tackle by Strauch. Now Gruev. Back to James Justin. Well, Calvert-Lewin's gone round the player there, and he's got a run down the left wing here, Calvert-Lewin. He's got Mecha inside the box, but a foul by Mateus Nunes is going to get himself a yellow card, and Leeds get a free kick. Dominic Calvert-Lewin G'ing up the Leeds crowd. Really good touch there from Calvert-Lewin. Around the corner, gets away, then Mateus Nunes comes in and knocks him over. Come on, Leeds. You can feel the momentum's behind us now because of that goal. The crowd's up. We've got a free kick on the edge of the box. If we can get a look how we've got Biol, Strauch. You've got Biol, Strauch, Mecha, Rodon, and Calvert-Lewin all in the box, as well as Ampadu, but all in the box, who are all good headers of the ball here. Get on the end of it. Get on the end of it. Come on. Ball into the box. Headed. Donnarumma's able to come out and catch that one in the end, and he rolls it out to Doku. Leeds are going to need to make sure they can definitely get back. Rodon. Oh, he's done a fantastic job there, Rodon. He just steps in front of Doku. Doku throws himself to the ground, and the referee doesn't give anything. Because why should he? Because he's just dived on the floor, Doku. Perry to Bogle. Sorry, Bogle? Biol. Similar spellings, different pronunciations. Here is Lucas Mecha. Oh, he's kicked it with his standing foot like a wally. Ball over the top there towards Gvardiol it is. Little chipped ball forward. Good defending there, and then Foden has pulled Strauch back, and it's going to be a Leeds free kick. Bernardo Silva is definitely at some point going to get himself a yellow card for talking back to the referee. He's just got himself his first yellow, or maybe that's what that was for, but he's still doing it. I don't think I've ever seen a Manchester City player with such scum face as Bernardo Silva. He just looks like he'd be a Man United player. What's going on? We tried to take the free kick. Donnarumma's now down. Donnarumma's down now, injured. Oh, it's a cheating thing. I forgot about that. It's a cheating thing. See, now Guardiola is actually panicking and has got all of his players over to discuss what they need to change. Yeah, fake injury so that they can... Now, there was a thing on Tifo Football about this, how basically if an outfield player goes down, they get sent off the pitch for 30 seconds and everything else carries on playing. But because you can't do that with the goalkeeper, it's a loophole in the rules where you can't send the goalkeeper off the pitch. So it is literally a loophole that they're exploiting, cheating, so that they can get over to... he's pretending he's got a cramp so that they can get over and put some more tactics on to the players from a management point of view. Yeah, oh look, he's absolutely fine. That's shocking, isn't it? Yeah, it is. That is always a suspicion. It's so obvious. Why would a goalkeeper have cramp? Joe Rodon got a yellow card there as well, by the way. That's the first Leeds United yellow card. We're underway again here. Here's Yaka Biol. Headed by O'Reilly, now Ampadu. Again by Rodon. A bit of head tennis going on here. Bogle. Ball forward there towards Mecha. Diaz takes a touch back to Mateus Nunes. Now here's Donnarumma. Ooh, it looks really injured. Another ball forward here from Ruben Diaz towards Bernardo Silva. Gurev deals with it well. Here's Biol. Rodon finds himself in a bit of space. Do you know what? I actually really think that the three at the back helps you out as a newly promoted side because you've always got an extra passing option. You've always got an extra passing option at the back, and it really helps you to be able to play out from the back because you can still put your midfielders in the midfield, whereas Ampadu usually is having to drop between the defenders, and you're missing a midfielder when you're trying to build up from the back. So therefore, if you play with three at the back, three centre-backs, you've always got that extra option, and you can leave Ampadu in the midfield with two other players. And I think especially against a high pressing, a high pressing team like Manchester City, you've got to have that ability to get yourself out of danger at the back, and I think having three at the back helps that. Here's Doku. Tackled by Tanaka there. Cleared. Only as far as Gvardiol, but that's going to be a Leeds throw-in. Good little bit of strength there from Calvert-Lewin. Okay, I want to see the pitch now, not Rodri with a hat on. Here's Diaz. Now Nunez. Diaz again. Now Bernardo Silva. His Portugal teammate. Here's Mateus Nunez. Leeds fans singing "Your support is FNS." I'm sure you can fill in the blanks there. She's decided to make an appearance after being asleep. Here's Foden. Sit down then, cat. Sit down. Here's Doku now out on the left. Cuts down the line, looking to play a ball back across the box. It's a very deep one. It goes all the way out to the other wing and Bernardo Silva picks it up. Foden tries to play a little reverse pass, but cut out well there by Gruev. Cleared by Leeds, but City come back again. You can see the momentum has shifted back towards Man City again, which you knew was going to happen. But if we can weather this storm and have any more periods of pressure like we did just after half-time, then it will make a difference. Shot there from Reinders blocked. Gonzalez, now Doku. Doku looking to open up a chance. Blocked there by Tanaka. Now Mecha comes forward with it, out onto the right-hand side. He's got 3 Man City players on him, and he wins a throw-in. Very well done there from Mecha. Come on, Leeds. Now James Justin's down. Most injury-prone bloke in the world. But the good thing is we've got Goodmanson on the bench, who is comfortable playing as a left midfielder and a left back. So it should be perfect for him, that role. Still down here, James Justin. Having a little energy gel. Yeah, we've also got we've got both of our strikers on the pitch, and both of them are very injury prone. So if they both go out injured here, then it's Piru or no one. News just in is down. It's an absolute gift, that goal, in it, that they gave to us, but you take them, especially when they cheated for their goal. Yeah, Justin's going to have to come off for 30 seconds or so. Goodmanson is getting ready to come on. Justin just waiting to come back onto the pitch now. Here's Calvert-Lewin to Ampadu. Now Bogle. Rodon. Plays that one all the way back to Lucas Perry. Perry with a long clearance forwards. Good ball, really. It's gone all the way through to Bogle. Now Calvert-Lewin in the box. Calvert-Lewin feels like he was fouled. Penalty to Leeds! Penalty to Leeds! That's a penalty to Leeds. The referee has just pointed to the spot and he's putting Gvardiol in the book. Good header by Bogle, and yeah, Gvardiol just misses the ball entirely. Yeah, that's got to be a pen. Like, technically it's part of the same slide where he wins the ball, but he takes the player out and then about 5 seconds later, then he clears it. Penalty kick for Leeds. Metcher has the ball in his hand. I still get really scared when we do get a penalty, though. That's the problem. They're still reviewing it, apparently, because otherwise he'd be putting the ball down to take his penalty by now. Metcher. Yep, definitely a penalty, just been confirmed, and I think Metcher is going to be the one to take it. And remember, guys, if it goes in or it misses or anything like that, please don't say in the chat until I've reacted to it. Can you stop trying to turn my bloody light off, please? It's so annoying that it's on touch controls. But it's what basically you have to have even lighting on the green screen to make sure that you don't get like shadows and weird artifacts, basically. But for some reason she likes lying on it. Lucas Metcher then stands over this penalty with a chance to equalise the game between Manchester City and Leeds United. Metcher steps up, takes a breath, has a look. Metcher's penalty save, scores the rebound! 2-2 from 2-0 down. The Leeds fans are going balmy. And Lucas Metcher misses the penalty, but gets the rebound and puts it in the back of the net. 2-2. Third game running goal for Metcher. Wow, 2-2. I wasn't looking. I was purposely not looking at the chat just in case someone did put it in. Yeah, tell you what, it's not a horrendous penalty if it given him the eyes. It's hard, it's low, and it's going in the bottom corner, but it's a good save, but it just goes straight back towards him. 2-2. Come on, Leeds. Woof. No worries, Stewie. Like I said, I wasn't looking at the chat just in case. Fuck, I didn't even celebrate. Oh, he's getting ready. He's getting the substitute ready to come on here, I think, Farker, though. 2-2 here. Here's Gvardiol. Sorry, that's not Gvardiol. That's Nunez as he comes forward with it. Here's Foden. Now Gonzalez. Leeds fans are making a racket now, singing Marching On Together. Cross into the box towards Haaland. Rodon lets that one safely go out for a Leeds United goal kick. Really, it's mistakes that have given us their 2 goals, but if you're there to take them, then I'm not complaining. Come on, Leeds. Come on. Yep, 25 more minutes. Here's Doku. Taking the touch out wide, which has allowed Bogle to get back and help Rodon out. That's a good thing about 3. Look, the good thing about having 3 at the back as well is, of course, you can drop into a back 5, which means that Bogle drops in as a defender and Rodon can come and help him as well, while still having 2 centre-backs in the box and a left-back out the other side. Maybe I should be pessimistic before a game more often. Here's Zampadu. Good turn by him. Needs to find a pass, though. Done well. Rodon. Now Bogle. Bogle with the ball down the line. Metcher can't quite get that one. Rodon tackles Doku there. Oh, Rodon's done so well, and now Gruev can give it to Tanaka. Back here to Bogle. Mecha now. Gruev. Bogle. Now Rodon. Oh. I think we've brought on Goodmanson without anyone saying. I don't think it's come up that Leeds have brought on Goodmanson. I'm pretty sure that's Goodmanson that's on with the orange boots there. Yeah, it is. Goodmanson's on for... Goodmanson is on for James Justin, by the way. No one said on the footage, no one said on the broadcast or anything. It just, apparently he's on. Here's Ampadu. Now Rodon. Lucas Perry. Long ball forward here. Ball bouncing. O'Reilly's taken that one though. Now Gonzalez. Bernardo Silva here. Played it out wide. Goodmanson. Cross into the box. Haaland. He's fluffed his lines, Haaland, and somehow... No, that's not a penalty. Thank you. There was a little kick there, and they went down in the box, but I think he pulled out in time and didn't do anything. Whew, God, they're having a look at it, though. Reinders down in the box. Haaland absolutely fluffed his lines there. The ball came to him inside the box. Here's Foden. Leeds need to make sure we've got players back here. Bogle up against Doku. Bogle trying to stop it. Cleared off the line. Oh, my God. Leeds have cleared it off the line for a corner. Strauch sliced that, and it had backspin and nearly went in his own net. Yeah, Jesus, Strauch. Yeah, good save by Perry, but it just flicks it backwards, and then Strauch tries to head it backwards there. I don't know how my nerves are going to take this. That's a good idea, Chewy. City are asking about the penalty, but I don't think it was one. They're checking for violent conduct on Gvardiol now, apparently. So the ball comes into the box. Haaland heads it at the floor. No, he dives. He absolutely dives. No, Calvert-Lewin, and then there's a chance for violent conduct, but Dominic Calvert-Lewin, Gvardiol's getting right in Calvert-Lewin's face, and Calvert-Lewin just goes like, give me some space, back away from me. Well, Ryan Cherky is coming on here. So that is a substitute there for Manchester City as this corner kick is about to come in. Corner comes in. Away by Goodmanson, but only back to the corner taker Foden. Foden dinks that one back into the box. Headed away by Mecha. Now Doku. Back to Cherky. Now Mateus Nunes. Are you joking, Clive? So, see, you've got to, if you're going to criticise someone, you've also got to be able to give them credit, otherwise it's just complete pig-headedness. He made the changes, he changed the formation, he changed the personnel, and he changed the way that we were playing, and it's completely changed the game. You've got to give him the credit for that. If you don't, then you're wearing blinkers. He's made decisions out of pure desperation. I mean, look, you can't win with Clive, so nobody even take him on. Back to the Leeds lineup. Here's Gvardiol. Now O'Reilly. Doku here. Now Cherky. Doku again. Gvardiol. Ball out to the opposite side here, picked up by Bernardo Silva. Here's Foden. I literally had a whole monologue before, Clive, about the fact that we've got to give him credit for this game because he's turned it around by making changes, but we can't forget the fact that he hasn't done that in previous games when he should have done. I literally said that. They're in the box here, Man City. Good little touch by Cherky, but it rolls through there to Perry harmlessly in the end. Exactly, Robert. That's exactly what I meant before. Headed by Ruben Diaz. I think Calvert-Lewin should have put in more of an effort to head that there. Here's Doku out on the left-hand side. Bogle and Rodon trying to defend him here, so he has to go backwards here to O'Reilly. Good header away by Ampadu, but that has hit him square in the face, which is classed as a head injury, and that is going to hurt. Cat's just staring at me. Yeah, that would have hurt that right in the face of Ampadu. Gives Leeds a little bit of a chance to... it gives Leeds a bit of a chance to regroup here as well. Yeah, Brentford 1-0 up against Burnley. Sunderland 3-2 up from 2-0 down against Bournemouth. And of course, Everton versus Newcastle later and Tottenham versus Fulham after that as well. Okafor is getting ready to come on here. Looks like it might be Mecha that makes way for... looks like it might be Mecha that makes way for Okafor as an extra striker here. Oh, that's why Anton Stack is missing, because of a concussion. So Ampadu is having to go off the pitch here for a second. I'll wait on the substitute front. It seems like it's Oka for Mecha. Stay down, little cat. Here's Gvardiol. Now Gonzalez. We are underway again here. No subs as of yet. Here's Doku. Of course, Ampadu is currently off the pitch as well here. Now Gvardiol. Good ball there to Nico O'Reilly. Looking for a pass here. Here's Doku on the left-hand side. Cross is successful into the box, but headed away by Calvert-Lewin well there. Then Tanaka. Now Foden's picked it back up, and here's Bernardo Silva. Nunez out on the right-hand side. Now Cherky holding Strauch off and now gives it to Foden. Sorry, Cat, but you're going to have to go down. It's a very tense moment here. Ball forward here to Nunez. Tries to put it back across the box, but Goodmanson is tracking him every step of the way there. Oh, can you get off the light as well, please? So Ampadu's been allowed to come back on. No, get off there. Okafor then is coming on for Mecha. What number is Okafor? Is he 19? Because that was Mateo Joseph's number, wasn't he? What number is Okafor? I think he might be 19 or 17 or something. 19, I think he is. Yes, 19. There we go. That is the lineup as it stands. She's called Luna. But we didn't name her. We adopted her with that name. Here's Biol. Perry with the long ball forward towards Calvert-Lewin, who does win the header, but nobody's there to pick up the pieces. Bad ball there by Gvardiol, and it's going to be a Leeds throw-in out on the left-hand side in a high position. Yeah, technically both from open play, Chewy, but the penalty rebound is fairly close to being a set piece. Ampadu then getting ready for a long throw-in here. Leeds throwing a lot of players forward here for a long throw-in, and I'm not sure that it's a good idea leaving not many people back. Brentford 1, Burnley 1. Thanks for the update, Karen. Ampadu then with the long throw-in. In towards the box. Ball flicking around. Who's going to get there first of Tanaka and O'Reilly? Tanaka's got there first. Tanaka in the box with the ball. Tries to cross it across. Headed away by bloody Haaland of all people. Now Cherky. Long clearance. Doku in a bit of a foot race with Rodon, but it's going to bounce out of play before we can see the winner of that one. But it is a throw into Leeds. Do you know what's really gross? Guardiola's got a habit of like pushing spit to the edge of his mouth onto his like lips and then sucking it back in again, and you can see him doing it all the time. Must be like a little habit he's developed, but I don't want to see that. He should get fined for it. Here's Gvardiol, Okafor battling with him against the odds here, really trying to win the ball back. Cleared by Gvardiol, chested down by Ampadu, and then back to Bogle here. Bogle wins Leeds a corner kick. Come on, Leeds. No, I was only joking, Chewy. It definitely counts as open play. It's more that it's just funny that it was we did create the opportunity before that, but it's funny that you didn't have to create that chance. The goalkeeper just passed it back to him. Corner comes in from Leeds then. Header, it looked like it was going towards the back post, but Tanaka wins that one. Here's Gruev with another chance to cross it in, but it's going to be a Leeds throw-in. Thank you for the super chat, Robert. I really, really appreciate that. Let me go onto the YouTube tab and like that as well. Make sure everyone gives it a like. Hopefully. We'll leave that on screen for this long throw-in. Hopefully it gives us a bit of luck. Oh, if we hit the... Oh, we've nearly hit the goal. We've got one more super chat to hit the goal in the next 4 minutes. Throw-in comes in from Ampadu. Doku gets there, but then Ampadu wins it back off Doku. Here's Ampadu. Ampadu's lost the ball there, but Doku has been tackled there, and now Calvert-Lewin picks it up. One leads a throw in there, another chance for him to throw it in the box. Ampadu then with a long throw in here. Come on, Leeds. Long throw into the box, headed away by O'Reilly. Ampadu heads it back into the box. Ball bouncing around here. Oh, Foden's managed to get it away, but no, he hasn't, because it's been blocked by Goodmanson. Now a header back by Okafor towards Calvert-Lewin. Calvert-Lewin tries to cross it in, but that's going to be a Leeds... Oh, it was going to be a Leeds corner kick, but it's now a... it's an offside decision. Thank you so much, Kenneth Sorlandis. Really, really appreciate the $20 super chat, and you will become our top fan of the week with that super chat, unless anyone beats it before the end of play. But here's Calvert-Lewin coming down the left-hand side. I'll read it out in a second. Crossing the box from Calvert-Lewin, headed away by Gvardiol. Now Goodmanson. Goodmanson still going here. Drops it off to Ampadu. Ampadu back towards Calvert-Lewin, who I think was offside there. Yeah, come on, Calvert-Lewin. But yes, thank you so much, Kenneth Sorlandis. Here's some Xanax for us all. Thank you so much. And then, of course, thank you, Mr. P, for the Come On Leeds super chat as well. Really appreciate that, guys. Kennesaw Landis will be our top fan of the week in the Chelsea live stream down at the bottom on the ticker if no one beats that by full time. But thank you so much for the super chats. Whew. Donnarumma, I think, has just got booked. He's just got a yellow card there, Donnarumma. I think, don't know if it was for time wasting or what, or not sure what it was for, basically. But yeah, Gvardiol tries to clear it. Okafor gets a foot in, and it's going to go for a City throw-in, but transfer leads to pin them back a little bit. Omar Mamouche, the Egyptian forward, is getting ready to come on for Manchester City. As it stands, though, here's Ruben Dias with the ball. Out wide to Bernardo Silva. Now Foden. Foden with a little outside of the foot pass over towards Doku. Doku trying to take the ball down the line. Bogle and Tanaka there, hoping to try and stop this one. Now Ruben Dias to Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva. Still with the ball here, Bernardo Silva. Now Mateus Nunes. Now Foden. Foden across now to Gvardiol. Now Doku with the cross. Header by Haaland. Caught there by Lucas Perry. Whew. They've got a right good hold of each other there, Strauch and Haaland, but that's going to be a Manchester City goal kick. I don't know why, but the ball just bounced out as soon as we came back to the live footage. So Omar Mamouche is coming on for Bruno Fernandes. No, sorry. That's because someone said he looks like him before. Bernardo Silva is off and Mamouche is on. That is the Manchester City lineup as it stands. With the substitute that just came on. Clearance there by Biol. Now O'Reilly. Gvardiol into Gonzalez. Leeds will try and force him back, but he manages to play a sideways pass to Nunes, who's got a little bit of room to run into. Chops it off with Phil Foden. Looks like Leeds are going to make a change very shortly. Aronson's being ready to come on, but Doku with the ball into the box. Header by... I don't know who that was there. Header by Mamouche it was, who's just come on, and Perry is able to dive and catch it. Yeah, it's a good save by Perry, but it's straight at him. Here's Nunez. Now Ryan Cherky. Across now to Gvardiol. Out wide to Doku. Doku coming forward here. Good tackle there by Jayden Bogle. And now Tanaka just send that one up the pitch. Not to bloody Cherky. You've got to just send that down the channel for Okafor to at least put some pressure on. You can all get out then. Here's Doku. 10 added minutes. 10! 10 added minutes. Here's Foden. Here's Nunez. Cherky. Foden was free then. I could see it. We could all see it. He shoots! Scores 3-2 Man City. You just knew it, didn't you? You just knew it. Oh, I just pressed home goal and it didn't do it. Oh, for God's sake, now it's not even updating the bloody... Well, too good to be true, wasn't it? As soon as I saw, he was just free in the box and no one had marked him. You just knew. I think Perry potentially should do better. Someone should have been out there to stop him. Oh, for God's sake, it's now updated. Yeah, I pressed it and it must have had a big old delay on it for some reason. Here's Goodmanson. Going past Mateus Nunez. Still going, Goodmanson. Into the box. Good save by Donnarumma and then cleared away. Ampadu chests it. Aronson's on that I didn't even realise he was on. I don't know who Aronson came on for. God, this is crap coverage. They don't even tell you who the substitutes are. Oh, Tanaka came off for Aronson. The thing is as well, it doesn't really matter what happened in the game if you lose the game still. It's still 0 points on the board. Aronson on for Tanaka. Here's Goodmanson. Gets the ball back to Aronson on the wing. Oh, apparently the ball went out of play. Here's Strauch holding off Haaland. He's done well there. Now Ampadu. Back to Biol. Ball forward from Biol. Calvert-Lewin's going to be able to get on the end of it, but he's tripped there by Ruben Dias and a chance for a free kick on the edge of the Manchester City box here. Yeah, just trips him. Good play there by Calvert-Lewin, just win us a free kick. Crossing opportunity for Ilya Gruev, Leeds. Some big guys in the box. Come on. Get on the end of it. Gruev. Good ball in. I think it was Biol who got on the end of it as well, and he just didn't direct it goalwards. Come on, Biol. He doesn't connect with it. He just skims off his head. John Stones is coming on for Chirk. Oh no, Cherky's staying on. It's whoever number 11 is. Doku, maybe? Yeah, Doku's coming off. John Stones is coming on. Leeds trying to win the ball back here. Here's Bogle. Now Ampadu. Rodon. Back to Biol again. Now Lucas Perry. Rodon. Back to Perry. Aronson trying to win that one. He's done well there, Aronson. Oh, his pass to Ampadu's not good enough, but Leeds have still got the ball here. Bogle with the ball into the box. Okafor can't quite get there, but Goodmanson can. Goodmanson feels he was blocked off there. Nothing given, though. Oh, that was a really good ball across the box there by Jayden Bogle, and that's going to be a free kick against Haaland. Come on. You've got to get on the end of things like that. Throw in taken quickly. Won back, though, by Joe Rodon. Come on, Leeds. You've got to just throw everything at it now. Ball forwards towards Calvert-Lewin, who can't win that one. It's going to go all the way through to Donnarumma. Just throw everything forward now, because what? You've got 2.5 minutes, 2 3/4 minutes, and if you concede another, it's not the end of the world. But if you go for it and you score, then you're picking up a point. Like, there is no negative to just throwing everything at it now. If you concede again, at least we tried. Here's Rodon. Now Bogle. Ampadu. Ball back out to Rodon, who's in a right-back position. Plays it down the line nicely, though. Here's Aronson. He's got to have options, though. He's not going to do anything on his own. He just boots it at a City player, but wins Leeds a throw-in. Ampadu, then, is going to try and take a long throw-in, get everybody up. Ampadu, long throwing into the box. Okafor couldn't bring the ball down in time before it was cleared. Here's Cherky. Here's Nunez now. On the counter-attack here, Man City. They play it backwards, though, in the end. Foden. John Stones, all the way back to Donnarumma. Leeds are really pressing here, but Bogle can't do it on his own. He's got to have backup. Long ball forward there. It's going to go all the way through to Lucas Perry, who's played that one down the line here to Joe Rodon. Nice touch by Rodon and a turn. 1 minute left for salvaging a point here. Long ball forward's just been rolled right back to Donnarumma. If you've got 50 seconds here. You've got to just go for it. That was a foul throw in by O'Reilly. Nothing given, though. Never give them, do they? Beal. Good ball forward there, but if Dan James was still on, he might be able to get somewhere near that, but it's going to roll all the way through to Donnarumma. Yeah, 10 seconds here. Goodmanson needs to go for the second ball. Gruev cleared. It's a high foot against Gruev there. Because you say purposely obnoxious things that aren't true just to wind everybody up. Either that or you've got the worst opinions in history regarding football. Well, it's gonna be finishing 3-2, isn't it? That's a free kick to Leeds. We're over the 10 minutes here, but yeah, that's the loss then. That's it. Clive, I don't think you know what you're talking about. I didn't do a video touting another manager. There was rumours, and I thought, what content can I make this week? Okay, there's a rumour of a new manager. When transfer rumours happen and when management rumours happen, people are like, Oh, I wonder who that guy is. I wonder what information there is about him. And wouldn't you like to hear it from a Leeds fan of how he might change Leeds if he was to come in? So that's what that is. Look, the match reaction I think is going to be called Signs of Life, because look, if we start with 3 at the back, 3-5-2 against Liverpool and Chelsea, there's a chance we get draws out of it. So that's where I'm looking at the moment. Thank you, everybody, so much for joining me. I just want to say a big thank you as well to everybody who has left super chats and everybody who is a Leeds Lately member. I really appreciate each and every one of you. Of course, after going full time with this and graphic design, it makes a massive difference from those of you who have become members and those of you who leave super chats as well. So I really appreciate that. Thank you to all of you for joining me again. There will be a match reaction out. Well, as soon as I can get it out after this, I'll record it straight away. And then, of course, I will be live again on Wednesday for the Chelsea game and then at the weekend for the Liverpool game as well. So make sure you stick around, come back to the channel, hit the sub button if you're new here. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I'll see you in the next one. Oh, let's press it again. I always do that. Bye, everyone.